Hi guys, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're here again, me and my brother, Oplawa. We're going to be assessing Nigeria situation rather, especially with what is currently happening, the cost of living and exchange rate, and what can be done to ameliorate our nation. What can be done by government, parastatals, organization to soften pedals for the country? It's the same. We are not making any headway in terms of providing soft loan, in terms of providing opportunities for our vulnerables. Yesterday when I came on live here, I was talking about that there is a build up of tension, anxiety, and what's it called? People are planning some righteous movement against the government. That if government does not quickly take strategic steps in addressing this issue, um, there might be protests across the country. And before you knew what was happening, headlines today has it that there was protest in Niger State, there were protests in Kano, and before you know it, if government does not intervene, I tell you, there might be widespread of protests in the coming days. So, my brother, it's good to have you today, Gary. And I think we're just here to quickly share our views and what is the way forward. It's a precarious season for the country. The cost of living is biting very, very, very hard. And you could literally see it in the face of people. So, what do you think can be done? In your own assessment, what do you think government can do? What kind of solutions? I think our solution should be home driven, homegrown solution, not abroad thing, because that's the problem we're having. We're thinking most of our economies are likely depend on IMF and World Bank uh, ideologies. We must look at how we can solve these issues from Nigerian perspective. You get it. So, what's your view, Oplawa?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. I think before I go ahead further, maybe you need to mute your mic, or if you wanted to.
Yes, I'll definitely do that. So that
All right. So, yeah, quick one. By recent happenings in Nigeria, I think it's something that is called for from all quarters. We don't need all to we need all we need is to speak up. We all of us we need to rise up to the occasions and speak up against those the tyranny, those the so-called cabals, the so-called business mogul holding Nigeria into ransom. The solution to the current economic situations in Nigeria, to the current hardship and to the current inflations or cost of living in Nigeria, yeah, it has nothing to do with foreign country. It's a peculiar problem. It's an immediate problem within our own internal system, and which solution is not far-fetched from within the system itself. And the solution to that effect, it has to do with, yes, the growing agriculture. We need to go back to agricultures. Yeah, we need to go back. There have to be a food surplus. There have to be a food surplus in the country. If there is a food surplus in the country, if we grow agricultures, I think that solutions of buying the food, the basic necessity, which is food for the people, like egg, like milk, like daily diaries, like bread, like rice, like gari, like pando yam, like spaghetti, indomie, this common basic consumption for Nigerian food. I think we need to grow them en mass. We need to grow them. And when we are growing agriculture, our government needs to put a sincerity of hope to Nigeria, not by coming on air telling us that you are giving us. I was reading it through the newspaper headlines today, this morning. I find out that the Nigerian newspapers they are not helping. They are saying different things. One paper is saying that the government is trying its best to make Nigeria come out of this yes economic inflations. The other one saying Nigeria could not afford a daily diaries. So it's a different way. They are not helping. So Nigerian government need to come up with a hope of sincerity, an hope of sincerity. What do I mean by that? Is by telling us you want to grow cassava 10 tons of the cassava. You will grow it between now February to the month of August, and you are giving us 10 tons of cassava. Let us know. It's not by you promising us, and at the end of the Nigeria will be expecting, okay, let's endure. By August ending, we should have abundance cassava gari, agbado, have egg, have milk in abundance in Nigeria. That is the problem Nigerian government is having. All the Nigerian agency, look at it, my brother Job. They promise us that Port Harcourt refinery is going to work by December. Up till now, up till now, who is fooling who? For how long? Nigeria cannot, you understand, keep on with a daydreaming of it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Before we were born, we were told it's going to get better. Right now, it's not getting better. A pure water, look at the sachet pure water people are consuming now. They want to cancel it. You don't provide, there is no a drinkable water in every home, and you want to provide. Do you know that sectors of employment? Do you know the numbers of people the sectors employed? So, in order to not to elaborate it more, the immediate solution is to grow our own commodities, is to grow our own agricultures, is to go back to the farm, is to make the food surplus. The reserve they have, the food, the greens reserve they have. Government should open it. They should do a food bank. And all these churches asking people to come and pay tithe is nonsense. Do food bank to your people. Call the members of your churches. Call them. The mosques should call their members. Do a food bank. Do a medication bank. That okay, fine. You are buying you understand, you are supplementing it for them in a cheaper price. The local government, they should go back to that. Okay, come and buy food here, come and buy rice here. It's cheaper here, it's cheaper here. So those vendors will not hold Nigeria into ransom. I think the only solution or immediate solution is the sincerity of hope by government and to grow our farm. We without you understand, can you imagine? Nigeria, we are just meant for consumptions. Common egg. We should have egg. We have land. What will it take Nigeria to be producing billions of egg in a day? What will it take our federal government, our state government, each state of government? That is why there is no sincerity with our state government, with our local government. We have 774 local government in Nigeria. Can each local government have a farm? Let them be producing egg, just egg. mm, produce milk, produce certain things that is made for consumption. The Gary, if the food are surplus in the country, there will be a limitation to insecurity, there will be a limitation to demand for the infrastructures, there will be a limitation for demand for you understand every other thing. If you have surplus of food, i- take for instance in the UK here, dear brother, you understand, for every other reasons, the food is surplus with your 1 pound, less than 1 pound, 1p, 90p, you can get a spaghetti or you understand of 90p, 20p, and you will cook and eat. So that is why the economy here was being stable. That how people look at my dear brother. I don't want to because I'm really annoyed with the situation because our government they are not being sincere with us and they are not ready to change the narrative the same way Buhari did it, Obasanjo did it. They want you can't be continue that way around. We're in the social media period now. So that's why everybody that is listening to this video this afternoon should speak up in our various quarter that solution to our problem is to grow home agriculture, is to grow home food supplies, is to make our own food surplus. Once we have our dependence on China, on England, on Australia, on other foreign country will be limited. That is my perceptions.
Thank you for that clear perspective on providing what's it called agricultural exploration for our people through. That's the only easiest way to beat the hiring the what's it called the cost of the rice the high cost of living that people are presently experiencing at the moment. But aside just agriculture, I am thinking the government needs to work with data. You see, if we really want to make a speedy progress as a nation, we must not joke with the importance of data. Nothing happened by chance. If even if things happen by chance, there are people who are working on how uh, they can reduce the pressure that the larger population are going to feel, or like the larger population will experience. And this is the area that Nigerians need to work on for for several decades now, from the days of Obasanjo till date. We have tend to like mount agriculture, talked about agriculture, but nobody is sitting down to like work with the statistics. How many people, how many people are farming? How many people are buying from the produce? How many people are depending on importation? What is the cost benefit for both the farmer and the end users? How do people get access to some of these resources? All that needs to be factored in. In the UK, in the context of UK, you talked about there are marketplaces you go to that you buy things for £1, some cents. There are some places you go for 90p. So that how will I put it? That market opportunities is there for different manufacturers to have a price management. Today, if you go into Nigerian market, is like a monotonous kind of system where there's nothing is determining the prices. It's what people say that determines the prices. It is like you just buy and sell at whatever rate you decide to put your market on. Abroad is not like that. There's sort of kind of price control. There are other options that you can explore. If the pasta I want to buy today is expensive in Morrison, I can go to Tesco, I can go to Asda. And that is what I've noticed. Some of these people, some of them even encourage, when you buy things, points, people gain points. So out of the points that people are gaining, they'll say, okay, I have like, yesterday I had my points on Sainsbury. My Neta card had over £10. I didn't even know it was when I want to buy fuel. The lady told me, "Oh, do you know you have £10 here on this account?" And I was supposed to pay about 50 something pounds. So by the time he removed that that amount from £56, it drags down what I was supposed to pay. And of course, the fuel I still bought, I will still end up having a point out of it. So all those layers of giving back to people should be there. You go to ShopRite, you spend close to 100,000, you spend close to 50,000. Those organizations are not giving you back anything. Your money does not as as small as the money is, you should be able to get something back, like more of corporate responsibility. So in nutshell, or in a wider perspective in this area, I am thinking over period of time, we're not using our data correctly. We just allow things to slide. And if we continue this way, even this government will just come and go, we'll wait for another government. We all been crying that fuel subsidy should be taken. We've been praying, we've been asking for it. And now fuel subsidy has been taken. But the cost of living is not what people expect or what people were expecting as at the time they were clamoring for fuel subsidy. We produce, we manufacture, we God has given us these natural resources. Why is Nigeria having to pass through this precarious situation? Yesterday, I just sat down, I was just thinking about APC government. In a nutshell, APC government had an good opportunities to change the course of Nigeria. You get it? They had that opportunity. But I know that In course of time, they've experienced one of the economic dynamics in the world, changes in the world. Take for instance, in the place of Buhari, he experienced pandemics, and nations across board also experience it. That difficulty, we cannot rule it out. You get it? We we cannot. I don't want to compare if PDP were there, what how Nigeria would have fared. Because even when PDP were there and Nigerian had surplus in terms of revenue derivation from the crude oil, those money were not put to use. You get, they were not, the Nigerian citizens did not really feel it. The infrastructures were left in a state of decay. But today, APC is in power. What the APC should have been concentrating on as a government is to see that where Nigerians was 10 years ago, that is what APC should have been concentrating on. Human resources, our lives, our livelihood. Those are some of the things the government should have been thinking about. But the government is not doing that at the moment. All they are focusing on is, let's just take it out. And the more you do that, they will look at what they will be painting that party with is a party that is not sincere, does not meant well. I know that the party really want to like quickly hasten up development across Nigeria. But when your people are hungry, they will never see what you are doing. My brother, that is all from me. Oh. There's no amount of what APC want to do in terms of developing our our infrastructures. As long as Nigerians are hungry, as long as the cost of living is choking everybody, there's nothing APC will do that they will ever recognize that.
Let me come in. Yeah, you see, based on what you said, brother, I totally agree with your submission in there. You understand? We've tried different administration from Obasanjo down to President Bola Tinubu. I think if going by political structures of Nigerian, what we need is just decentralization of federal system of government that we're operating. It's just to, because if you look at the population itself alone, population is overwhelming. Though we are not as populous as China's, as Indian, agreed. But with the population we have in Nigeria, and with the kind of the system we are operating, dear brother, it will take us very far to get to the data level, to get to the price control regulation level. We need to, if we have to go by that submissions, there must be a decentralization of federal system of government. Let them decentralize federal government. Let each state grow on its own pace. How can you imagine, like, okay, federal government is releasing a palliative, they are giving the same amount of money given to Bayelsa, they are giving Kano
Brother,
same amount of money.
let me hold you there. You see, that is the problem we're having. It is not about giving money to governors, senators to give to their people. If we continue on that part of giving money to all these elected representatives, it will never get, those money will never get to the rightful source, the rightful people that need this money, the vulnerable in our community. That is why I'm saying that data is very important. We need to know the number of people who need this support. How can they, what will it take us to build a data bank that people can access, like put their registration, their qualification, they are out of job and all that. Use whatever criteria you can use. Decentralization of government within state, local, and all that, local government and all that. People who claim benefits in some of these countries that our people in abroad here, you don't need to know what is happening in the what's it called, in the parliamentary. You get it? Most of their funds are possibly coming from the council tax we pay, our tax and all that we pay to government. And that is how they distribute it to those who needs these funds. And the people who need this fund, they don't need to know who is in, they don't need to know Rishi Sunak. They don't need to know Tunubu. As long as this money gets to their bank, they said that the money needs to get to their bank. So this is why this conversation is very, very important. And this is why our government must ensure that the money gets to the right people, not by passing the money to governor of a state or local government of a state. We must create a format of how people can access this fund. I just read this morning that over 3 trillion has been shared in the last 6 months, and people are crying. So if money has been shared, who does who were able to partake in this money? Which number of people? What is the statistics? What is the what is the rate, or the percentage of people that what is the multiplicity effect of the money? What is the multiplicity effect of the money that has been shared to state governors in the last 6 months? So we need to start probing some of these things, because if we are not doing that, we'll end up on a repeated cycle from government to government, from the days of military to this thing is going to continue. And it's like everybody, once they get got their own, and that's all. And that's why today I don't want it to look as if we should make it a party thing, because people, there's a part to support a party, there's a part to also look at nation holistically. Are we making progress? What have we been doing over the years? Is this the right thing we're doing? How can we change the course of our destiny? My brother, let me leave it there while you continue.
Yeah, thank you, dear brother. It's a good submission this afternoon. I think, Oha, we just all need to speak out. That's my own advice. That is my own advice. That is my own advice. We all can all speak out. These people, they are watching, they are online, their aides are online, their immediate staff, their PA, their essay, they're online, and they know. They all, few of them knew what Nigerians are going through, but pretty good, they don't have the knowledge of Nigerian. I'm very sure those that are representing us, both in the House of Rep, the Senate, even though the so-called the ministers, the civil servant, they don't have the knowledge of Nigerian. If they do have the knowledge of Nigeria and see what the Nigerians are passing through, I tell you that they will not be doing the way they are doing, because they don't have the knowledge of Nigeria. Because somebody who is living on island, Banana Island, we don't know what is going on in Alakuko, in my own jurisdictions. Somebody who all his life is on Lagos Island, will you know what is going on there in Kaba, in Kogi? No, they will not know. Somebody who is living in White House, we don't know what is going on in a mud house. That is the problem we're having about this, about our country. We just pray and hope that one day, someday, the kind of the right people, the right set mind people will come into the hands of affair of Nigerian, take the leadership mantle and move on. If not, I will not lie to you. There should be a military interventions like Mali, like Burkina Faso. If the so-called the politicians that we are elected cannot do it, they cannot fix it. Let the military comes in. Let the military come and rules again. It's not a crime. By the time we go back to the military regime, maybe we are going to sit tight. Maybe we are going to readjust ourselves and align with the modern, with the latest technology of getting data, of getting the right informations, of getting everybody, yeah, registered, know how to trace the people history, know how to manage people's resources. We are sitting on a gold and mine. Nigeria are still lacking. Look at it, Dangote refinery now is on board. Still yet, the price does not reduce. What is the purpose of Dangote refinery to Nigerians now? It's the same. We're clamoring for no fuel. Okay, there's fuel. It's still the same price. So meaning that subsidies, fuel availability is not our problem. So our availability is because we base our life on consumptions. Look at the China. They are producing a substandard, you understand, uh, uh, clothes, basic things apart from food. We don't eat their food. Basic materials, they are producing a substandard. Oh, okay, fine. Let's give you a relief. If America is producing the qualities one, we will give you a substandard. It look alike. Look at Abba there. We have Abba made. If we enter Abba now, you see substandard. Why don't we embrace those things and like go to Abeokuta there? Those are the things that we Nigeria, but we're still clamoring for foreign things. You understand? I think to me, our leaders they are not doing well enough. We have problem. What is our problem? Our problem has been identified. The solution, what is the solution? Who failed to implement the solution? That is all our journey. It's not for us alone, it's for all Nigerians. Dear brother, if you are watching this video thereafter, please kindly share in your handle. It doesn't take you anything. Just share it, like it, let people. It might go viral. It might go to one of our leaders. They will see it, and not. It shouldn't be only us alone. It should be every one of us business. Why buying data in your phone? Speak out. Do a reel. Do a YouTube, TikTok. Tell government I'm hungry. Tell them government this is what we are facing here. No light in our street. So can you see a video going viral right now in our airport? 27th of January. Can you see that video? A man recorded Muritala Airport that there is no light in international airport. Is it the president? Is it the governor Sanwo-Olu that will come and on the generator? Who are those responsible? We need to begin to challenge ourselves. We need to begin to call ourselves into others. We need to all speak out. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀. Let's speak out. That one, just we should make an handle. Take a video, go live. Nigeria, what we are passing through, if you are buying anything, dear friends, on Facebook, on a TikTok, on an Instagram, please, if you are buying anything, just make sure that you do a video, let the Nigeria know. If one or two people watch it, it will change their orientations. It will change. We all need to speak out. My own agitations, my own calling now is for all Nigerians to speak out. Don't let us pretend as if that we are enjoying Nigeria. No one is enjoying Nigeria. We are not saying Nigeria is not good, but we can get it at borders. We can make it more. We can make it life comfortable for us. If you cannot get to the standard of UK, of US, of France, of Italy, of Australia, let Nigeria be a standard in Africa. Let be a pace setter for other Africans. Let's dualize all our roads. Let there be light. Let there be food. 3 basic social amenity. Let there be school for our children. Let there be a good hospital. We don't ask for much now. We are not saying come and put money in our bank account. Just do the basic things for us. You can imagine they will. I think I don't pray for revolution, no. But if President Tinubu, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not taking, there will be a revolution. Military will take over, or Nigeria will break. But we all need to speak out to avert that problem right now. It's for all Nigerians to speak out, call our leaders to others, all our local government. People are just going there, go to the ministry. You will see them. They are not productive. They are not thinking overhead. They are not productive. They just sit down, they are taking salary. Make people productive. Look at the street, go to each street. People are not being productive. Nobody is producing anything. If we don't have the technology, the equipment, let us go back to farm. Let's do farming. Let's grow farming. If we grow farming, grow cassava, grow everything, I think Nigeria will have it easier and the life will be more, yeah, comfortable for us. That is my submission so that I can round up for the 30 minutes, please.
Yeah, I think you made a very solid perspective there, solid submission there. I think, you see, in one word or in few sentences, I'll put it to the president that he had the opportunity to make some drastic changes immediately when he took over the affairs of the country. Because he went about and was saying Imiloko, like when he was outside, he could see what the problem is. So I was expecting that when he came on board, the first thing he needs to do was to first of all soften the ground. And that is the problem we have as Nigerian. When we're outside, like me and you right now, we could see where the problem is. But we want to fix the problem, everything at a go. That is absolutely wrong. As a nation, even here, they don't fix everything on the long. If it's NHS they want to concentrate on, they will pump the money there, and you will feel the effect. If Tinubu would have said, okay, fine, guys, I'm taking over power now. The cost of living is already biting hard. What will I do to reduce the pressure on Nigeria? Mind you, there were three leaders who contested with him. Even those two, even those other leaders too, does not. It's not as if they have some magic one that they will have deployed. But out of those three guys, I felt with his education and his wide traveled experience, those are basic things that he will have put into perspective as okay, how can I help this country? Now, if I'm going to take over even subsidy aspect, if I was the one, if I'm going to, I will have given Nigerian look say in the next 6 months, this is what we're going to do. I will have called my economic advisor and say, okay, how much will it cost the nation to continue subsidy for the next 6 months so that we can prepare our people ahead of time. And while we are doing that, we are already making those who are going to be
Sorry,
affected.
sorry, round up, please, because of the
Yes,
school
those,
runs.
that's true. I'm getting into that aspect. The number of people who will be affected will start putting data in place and helping people like, okay, you can apply, you can get, this is where you can get this thing. We talked about student loan. The government talked about this one. We talked about this one. None of that is being seen. But you're giving this same money to these guys you call excellencies and all that. So, and the money is not trickling down to people. So, my brother, we'll leave it. I think we'll come back for this conversation because I really want to dive into getting the vibes to dive into it. We'll leave it at that since we're going for school run. Continue. You are muted. Mhm. All right, guys. I think Lawal is muted or whether he has gone. All right, that's just a conversation this afternoon, guys, and we'll leave it at that because what Tinubu would have done was not to just slam Nigerians with that sudden subsidy removal, because even before he became the president, Nigerians had issues to deal with the crunch or cashless policy of Buhari's government for weeks, for months. People couldn't access their money, even the money they had in the bank. Apologies, guys, because Lawal has to step out because he had a school run to do. So you discover that at times we just leaders need to be sensitive to the mood and the the emotions of their citizens. Any leader who is a listening leader, those are things he needs to put into perspective. You get it. So coming up in July during that swearing and slamming Nigeria, we want to do this, we want to do that, was a uh, complete obnoxious behavior that negates sense of purpose, especially people who you that you're already giving, you're already telling Nigerians on the matter of renewed hope, renewed hope. So that's the way you came across was like as a man who does not really understand how he can salvage the problem of the country. You see, this is not the time to defend him. He was an APC person and contested and won. But we have a nation to build, and that is where we are at today. So that's why all of us need to speak out. Let us speak out because some of us who felt oh, Buhari was doing well, we saw what their ministers did. So this is not the time to just pipe low and not engage people. This is time for us to deploy all our social media handles and start addressing the nation from different perspective. As long as you are being respectful and in your approach, you are not derogatory in your comments. It's just let's just find solution. We need to find solution. We have a lot of graduates without jobs. We have a lot of businesses that are dying daily on daily basis. So we need to find a homegrown solutions to our problem. We see a lot of products that are not meeting quality standard today because they felt those companies now have to cut corners just to remain like afloat to just to remain that in the economy. So these are things that the government themselves need to start thinking that okay, what can be done to salvage this mess? What can be done to salvage this mess? So for me, President, this is what I think you should do, and I bring this advice as a citizen who is concerned about the state of Nigeria at the moment. Our situation is we really need there really need how will I put it? Actually requires a speedy touch, requires that sort of a turnaround for our country. So, President, what will you? Well, my advice is because of the cost of living that is affecting everyone today. There's nobody who is immune from what is happening. Even those who are in seat of power, they don't go to a different market. They also are experiencing some of these difficulties, some of this uh, cost of living. So it's biting hard on everyone. I just have 2 minutes before I leave here, and my advice is for the president to review his policies, review his statement, review his actions, and see that those benefits that he plans to give to Nigerians, let them start feeling it. Because if they don't experience it, I tell you, I don't know what becomes of Nigeria in the next 12 calendar month. We are not praying bad for Nigeria, but I tell you, if actions are not taken, if nothing changes, I see Nigeria not escaping huge revolution. I'm seeing it. The revolution that will be coming against this government will be so hard that it will crumble businesses. It might even crumble some political office holders. So to be forward is to be forward, to be forward. Till I see you guys again. Thank you for those who are joining, those who are watching. Um, Stephen Give Jenny, Ms. Abari Ajayi, thank you for watching, and every other person that I can't see their name. Thank you, and do have a lovely day till I come your way, guys, again. Bye for now. Bye.